Hello, everybody. It's me, Jackie, and I'm back again with Lisa. Lisa, thanks for joining us for your to tell your story about Alpha One and your journey with that. Recently, we just went to Washington, D.C., and I'd love to hear what happened while we were there, or
Well,
let everybody know, I should say.
let everybody know. We were trying to get co-sponsors on a bill that would help all of us that home infuse to get it covered under Medicare Part B as in boy. And the reason being we would like to get that done is, well, there's several reasons, but one, to get it done at home, it's economically feasible. It's cheaper to get an infusion at home than it is to get it at a hospital or at an infusion clinic. We know some people enjoy going to the infusion clinic because it is a social thing as well. But we're trying to get it so that you can do it at home so you're not exposed to illnesses. That's a big one. We get the flu, it's detrimental. You can turn into pneumonia, all of the issues that we have as alphas. So we're trying to get it covered under Part B because private insurance already does. And private insurance does a lot more research probably than the Medicare itself. So private insurance is covering it, it's got to be cheaper.
Right.
So we're looking at it as an economical, cost-saving measure to taxpayers to have us have home infusions, and it's also safer. Growing up in Minnesota, if you have to go to an infusion center and you live in the middle of Huron, Minnesota, and it's January, it's freezing, it's slippery, there's ice on the roads, it's dangerous. I know it's dangerous for a nurse too, but for an alpha that's compromised, it's even more dangerous.
Right, right.
So we're trying to get alphas to reach out to their congressmen and their senators to get this bill passed. And we're looking at, it'll take about 5 minutes of your time. The foundation has a great program that all you have to do is put in your name, your address, and your email address. And the reason why, because I had posted this on Alpha Sisters once, and someone had an issue saying that, why do we have to put that in? Well, the reason why you have to put your name and address in is because it automatically finds your representative and your senator. The letter is already pre-written. You just have to put in your name and your state, and you can read it. You can add a personal comments, or tell them your story or whatever. Just type it in and you hit send. It finds your because there's a lot of people that don't know who their congressmen are and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already pre-written. You just fill in the blanks, and
So easy. I can't believe how easy it was.
yeah, it took me like less than 2 minutes, and it's a very important bill in my eyes, just because I love the alpha community and I deal with them every day, and this is an issue. I also, on the the number1.org website, they're posting, I think today, the proclamations for 2025. That's also a real simple thing. You just look up your governor. All governors have a website, and there's a spot on there usually that says submit proclamations. Again, the foundation has pre-written the letters. All you have to do is, enter your information, so saying it's from you as one of their constituents of your state, and hit send. And hopefully they will, notice us, alphas for Alpha One Awareness Month. It
Right.
takes seconds.
Simple. Right. So easy.
Very
So much
simple.
easy when they do it for us.
Yeah, and I know there's alphas that say, well, all they want is money, and that's not true. You can get involved, and it doesn't have to cost you anything. These are two simple ways to get involved and do something, for your own disease. It's not a disease; it's a genetic condition. For your genetic condition, and it won't cost you a dime. It costs you, 20 minutes max. So if you would, please do that.
Yes.
3 as of today, I think.
Yay. I was looking at that map yesterday. Was that
And
yesterday?
last year we had 60, but then every year, if we don't get this done, it starts over after elections because you have to start all over. So last year it was 34 or 43, 38 or whatever. This year it's HR Bill 2343. But you don't have to know that because it's all on that letter for you.
Right. Thank goodness. Yeah. Thank goodness. Yeah. In case anybody hasn't watched the interview that I did with you. I forgot to have you introduce yourself from the beginning. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Don't
Yes.
worry.
Or just about what you do with the Alpha One Foundation?
Um, Sure, I'd love to. My name is Lisa Kosak. I live in Vero Beach, Florida. Grew up in Minneapolis, spent 33 years there, 12 years in Colorado. I was diagnosed at National Jewish Respiratory Hospital. And after infusions and a year of that, I decided to move to lower elevation. It was in my best interest. I am a firm believer, as Jackie knows, and she is too, in clinical trials. If you go to clinicaltrials.gov and just type in alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency, you'll see the trials that are ongoing. And if you qualify for any of them, jump on it. The Alpha 1 registry is also a great place to find clinical trials. Getting on the research is it's a little time consuming in the beginning, but after that, it's really easy just to keep up with. But they'll reach out to you if you qualify for something and ask if you're interested. You don't have to do it. You're not compensated, but all of your expenses are always paid for. You get the absolute best workups. They go through you with a fine tooth comb.
That's how I found my liver. I was in that live 5-year liver study.
Mm-hmm.
If I wouldn't have been in that, I wouldn't have known, that I have stage 1 fibrosis and, mild fatty liver, and my blood work comes back fine. And I mean, if it wasn't for that study, I probably wouldn't know and probably wouldn't have went to a liver doctor until
Yeah,
if I had any issues with blood work, which, we now know. I mean, I should have known back then. I should have known, get that first checkup with the liver doctor and a lung doctor, even if you're not having symptoms.
Yep. I was in the liver study up at Shands with Dr. Clark. Yep. You
Yeah.
bet. I
Yeah.
had the liver biopsy, and I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't have any.
Me neither. I was scared to death. I mean,
I
because
was too.
in the past, how bad they said it was, but then I heard a couple people say, oh, it wasn't bad at all. But I was still, of course, scared, but I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that,
I took one Tylenol extra strength after just because I thought it was going to hurt later.
yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It was more worry than anything. I mean, even though there's, you shouldn't have to worry, and it was,
Fear of the unknown.
right, right,
They do it every day. We do it not every day.
right, right, exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We had a good time in Washington with you, and I'd love to do
It was a great
anything.
time. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Yeah.
I think that one day I was with Richard Johnson. I think we put on like 4.8 miles of walking.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't even check my watch that day, and I was pushed for a while in a wheelchair, but I walked when we could. And I
Yeah.
probably could have walked the whole day if we didn't have to have appointment after appointment, which we had to have. We had to get that all in. But so
Mhm.
I would take a ride when I needed to and walk when I could, and so I can't imagine how tired you all were that walked the
Those
whole time because I didn't walk the.
hallways.
They are, yeah, and getting from one building to the next. But I'll tell you what, and I've told quite a few people, I'm not a political person. I hate politics, but that was the neatest thing that I've ever done in my life. And just being able to talk Alpha One, which I love to talk. We know we all do. Us Alphas love to talk about Alpha.
I could go on all day.
Right, right. And I loved it. I would love to go back, and I loved every minute of it. It was
Yeah,
exhausting
it's
and tiring,
empowering. It's
but
very
yeah,
empowering.
yeah.
It's my third
Yeah.
third time up on Capitol Hill. I do it again tomorrow too. It's empowering. It's you feel like you got some say in you got some say in the
Yeah.
process, and that's how I always felt about the proclamations and
Hmm.
getting involved and doing. I from experience, I know like when the walks came, it's like I'm not going to do the walk, but you know what? I'll be there to promote it,
Right. Right.
and awareness is everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
We're going to have a
so
walk in November with our November meeting. We're going to have, and this is the
good.
first time we're going to have it in the mall. So I'm hoping, and we've contacted the mall and a restaurant that's there in the mall. So we'll have our meeting in the restaurant after our walk. And
That's a great
they
idea.
told us we could have a table up. We can't, because at first I said something about as we're walking if we could hand out pamphlets, and they're like, "Well, can't really do that, but you can have a table set up, and if people come to you, and ask you,
Hmm.
you can give them information." So we're
Yeah,
excited to do
you'll
that.
find a couple that way too, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping to get. a lot of people involved and that will sign up and come walk with us even. And I've told them all, even if you can't walk, come sit at that table with us, or, come sit with the people that can't walk and
Yeah,
sit at
promote,
the table. Right. Yeah.
clap for them and get them moving. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
love it. I think it's
So,
great. You do
yeah.
great. You do great.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. I enjoy it. And I have my son with me now. I'm sure you heard, or I told you that Deb resigned, had to resign because she's taking care of her great grandkids and, enjoying every minute doing that. But
She'll still always be involved.
yes, oh yeah, she'll still be. And
Love
she'll
her.
come to the meetings. Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for all that you do, Jackie.
Yes, thank you. No problem. Well, it was nice talking to you. Take care. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully before June. But if not, I'll see you in June.
Well, at least I'll see you on Facebook.
Right. Exactly. We're always there. So, all right. Take care.
Okay, take care. Thank you.